Our project is Dungeon Crawl, and this is our software architecture and demo. I am Nicholas Ivanov.
I'm Jason Juarez.
And I'm Ryan McAlpine. Our project is a turn based RPG battler where you control a party of three. That's a fighter, a rogue, and a sorceress. And you bring these characters through a relentless horde of increasingly difficult enemies, being rewarded with gold for victorious battles that you can use to purchase better equipment from the armory, improving your characters and allowing you to fight further through the gauntlet next time.
So, our project stores all of our assets and player data in a SQL database. If you turn your attention to the users table on the left, you can see that we store everything tied to a username, and then we hold all the stats for all of our characters in there, and whether they are unlocked or strong or whichever, or how much gold you have or how many points you have scored. And then if you look to the right in the monsters table, you can see that we store all of our monster assets there, and we store all of our armor assets in another table as well.
A brief overview of the way that we've structured our project is demonstrated in this diagram. Our React app, which in this case is our client application, actually connects to an API, which allows it to contact the MySQL database and retrieve data as well as write data into our database. Such data that can be retrieved include statistics for our user as well as statistics for our characters' high scores, gold, and enemy information. Stuff that can be updated in the database in real time also include gold collected throughout the game, as well as items collected throughout gameplay.
All right, so let's hop into our game and create a new character. And we press create account and then sign in, and that takes us to our main menu. Our main menu has three buttons: Start Game, which takes us into the Gauntlet; Armory, where you can purchase and equip new armor sets and increase your own strength; and High Scores, which shows us the high scores of all of the players. So if you look here, it just comes up with a list that is stored in our database. You receive a point for every single character or every single gauntlet that you defeat. You can see that the developers have defeated the most gauntlets because they play the most games, and most of these other characters just hop in and play a little bit. So now let's head over to our armory.
So the armory page here is where you're going to be able to spend gold that you have earned for defeating enemy monsters in order to upgrade the armor and abilities of your characters. You can see each row of the armory page here represents one of our party members. We have the fighter on top, the rogue in the middle, and the sorceress on bottom there. Each of your characters will start out as a simple townsfolk, but if you are dedicated enough and fight through the dungeon and earn enough gold, you can progress them into becoming pretty powerful adventurers.
Alright, so let's hop in a gauntlet. If you look here, we have no gold, so we're going to need to go get some to become stronger. So let's start our game. As you can see, we are just a simple townsfolk with only one move, which is Quick Attack. If we use that, it's not strong enough to even fell the weakest of enemies, the crow. And as we continue, you can see that this game is turn-based, so whenever you attack, you have to choose your move and then end your turn. But if we don't want to keep using the crow, or keep using the fighter, we can always use a different character. Here we have swapped to the rogue, so let's move forward. We run into another crow because they travel in murders. And if we defeat this one, we should earn enough gold to get a stronger character. Here we have 65 gold. We go back to the armory, and we're going to buy a barbarian. So we purchase the gold, which I believe costs 50, so we have just a little bit left over. Equip him, and then hop back into the gauntlet. So now we have a much stronger character, and we can use Heavy Strike. And see, Heavy Strike is just enough to defeat the crow. Now let's do it again, just to ensure that we can progress forward. And we run into a new enemy. And now that we've seen how character progression works, let's hop into a dev account and see our more powerful characters. And if we go to the armory, we can see that I have the most powerful characters equipped: the Knight, the Ninja, and the Dark Wizard. So now that we've wiped out most of the lower level characters, we have found somebody who actually gives us more of a challenge. let's see how well we can do with the more powerful characters. So I'm going to start off with Astronomical Hit, and as we can see here, it just wiped out this mid-level enemy in one hit. So let's swap out to our ninja here, who can use Explosive Force. And he also has other very cool moves such as Critical Hit or Ground Pound. So let's use Ground Pound. And continue on. So as you defeat multiple characters, your background progresses to signify that you are going through different areas. And now that we've received a more powerful character and I'm on medium-low health, let's swap out to somebody who has some more health. So our sorcerers has some very cool, interesting moves such as Supernova, Black Hole, and Black Atom. So let's use Supernova. And here, as a higher level character, it's not good enough to just wipe out the enemy in one hit, so we have to actually pay attention to what we're doing. Let's use Black Atom and continue forward. And here we have a brand new enemy, the Tundra Worm. And we still were unable to wipe it out in one hit. So we have to be very careful. And we use Black Hole and then we continue on forward. And now let's swap back to our Knight so that we don't hit too low of a health. And move forward. Let's use Shield Bash. This is the nice unique move, which is also one of my favorites. And continue forward. Unfortunately, this gauntlet is brutal, so I don't know how far we can make it. And let's end my turn. And oh no, we've been defeated. That is because we have to actually be extremely strategic with our movesets against higher level enemies. And unfortunately, I think that is all the time that we had. I hope you enjoyed watching our presentation.